Welcome back to Women of Wealth, where generational wisdom meets ambition, and we equipped you with the tools to build lasting wealth, business, and impact. I'm your host, Hollywoods Gray.
And I'm your host, Ali Ramo.
And today we are so excited to bring you a high energy and transformative conversation with activation catalyst and event energy conductor, Angel Marie Monticelli. Angel is known for helping leaders organize their energy so that performance, profit, and impact all increase. Through her work and as the host of Energize You TV and its companion podcast, she teaches powerful truths. When your energy is aligned, your business follows.
In today's episode, we're diving into how your energy directly impacts your income, your leadership, and your ability to scale, and how small shifts can create massive results. So whether you're building your business, leading a team, or simply feeling stretched and ready for your next level, this conversation is going to meet you right where you are. Let's dive in.
Angel, we're so excited to have you here. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me, both of you lovely ladies. I appreciate it.
Awesome. So let's start with, what does it mean, or what does it really mean to organize your energy? And why is it so important for women in business?
Ooh, good question. It's so important because when you really can organize and direct your energy, it helps you clear that energy of other people, other belief systems, and things around you that are influencing them. When you really step into your own, it can help and strengthen your alignment in your energy, from your nervous system to your vagus nerve. Will also expand that too. And it helps you to be able to lead and create results in a higher level, for sure.
So what does it mean to organize your energy?
Well, to organize your energy is to feel aligned. To organize, it's just another word of aligning your energy, is really what it is, so that you feel more clarity. Because when you have more clarity, you have more awareness. When you have more awareness, what happens? You can show up and really be able to serve others in such a beautiful way.
Yeah, so in this world of hustle, bustle, where all of us have, 5 different hats that we're wearing at any given time, what's the recommendation? Like, how do we do that? What do we need? What do we need to do in order to be able to fill that alignment?
Well, I think what you're asking really is, what is a doable, actionable thing to give them? And here you go. This is a writer downer. I love these. It's not only the breath. Everybody's going to tell you to take a deep breath. Yes, do take a deep breath. It does. It helps the neural system. It helps you get out of fight or flight or freeze. Yet, yes, take a deep breath. But I also want you to do this. Just stop and connect to your body. And then I want you to clap. Yes, I do. I want you to clap, and I want you to bring it above, and I want you to bring it all the way down. And I really want you to pick up your feet, because we get a lot of information. Energy, quantum physics is everywhere. We're always getting it. So what happens is, Native American will tell you, don't ever take a picture of them because you take their essence. So I'm on TV, you're on TV. There's so many people watching us. Social media is taking their energy. So when you clap and you move, I don't care how you move, just move. What you're doing is you're disturbing and creating that place where you start to laugh at yourself because you're clapping. And then you probably take a breath. And don't you feel better?
Yes. I was at a bridal shower yesterday, and we were taking all these pictures, right? All these pictures, and everybody's so serious. We're all standing back, chest up, chin down, whatever, to make yourself look younger and better, all that good stuff, right? And I just said, let's start laughing. Everybody laughed. So everybody's like, and some of the best pictures came out of that.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Beautiful.
I'm going to add the clap next time. Clap and laugh.
The clap. And because some people, you can't get them to laugh, because that's one of the things that I do when we do photos and do things. I'll say, just start laughing. And they're just like, there's nothing to laugh at.
I always
That's
have
the
something
point.
to laugh
That's
at.
the
Are
point.
you kidding me?
So
Fake laughing encourages real laughing.
clapping will get, and it helps with the environment too. It'll help you
So,
out.
what was the practice you were doing right before we got on?
Oh, you saw that. I was lifting my vibrational field, and it was like laughing. And I do that before I come on my TV show, podcasts, or wherever I go to an event before I speak. And it's and I can feel, because I am the energy conductor, I feel my energy, and I can feel where it needs to be removed or released, where I have, and I'm not in alignment. I'm not moving. And that's what I do for other people too.
And
Yeah,
for
I've
those,
actually witnessed that.
yeah, and for those who are listening to the podcast and not looking, can you describe what practice you were just doing other than intense breathing?
I apologize. You breathe in and you have your hands in front of your heart, and you breathe out as you move up and you push the energy out above your head. Then you breathe it in again from the heart, because that's the most energy, right? From the heart. And then you go to the left. And then you breathe it in again and you go to the right. And then you breathe it in again and you go down. And you're moving your hands down and to the side. And then you move your hands around you like a bubble around your whole body. And you just scan your body with this bubble with your hands, and you feel your energy all the way around you. Yeah, all the way to the back, all the way down. And you imagine going beneath your feet and put the bubble. And then you go, ah. And I'm here present with you.
It's amazing.
I love it.
So I have seen you in rooms where you've been able to change the energy before speakers coming up, or whatever the shift might be. Maybe we're going from one topic to another topic. Can you talk a little bit about that and how you have become the event energy conductor?
Beautiful. Thank you. Yes. And it was so wonderful to be in the same room with you. I love your energy, and also you, Allie, because I was there with you too. So, for nearly 30 years, I've experienced working with energy. And what I do in those rooms is I help with the presence. I help with the focus and the fully engaged. And what I'm really doing is I can feel energy. And speakers hire me to hold energy, because they might have just finished like this, like a speaker conference, a speaker contest. And it could be like an hour and a half, and one speaker after that, and everybody's going, and it's right before lunch maybe, and they're really going, oh my gosh, is we done yet? So I can feel that energy while it's happening. And what I'm doing is lifting the energy up, not the people. I don't touch people's. I don't want your energy. You don't want mine. That's not it. It's creating such an energy in my biofield and bringing in the elements of all of the medicine wheel, which is what I work with, which is all the elements of water, wind, fire, all of those, in Mother Earth, I could go on, all of those, and I'm amplifying that energy, and it just affects everyone. And that's what happens is they start to feel what? They start to experience this energy, and they feel the more presence, more focused and fully engaged. And when the energy is engaged and when it's aligned, the speakers they land stronger. The audience is removed, they really receive more and feel valued and purposeful. And the event naturally just has more memorability and more profitability. That's the big one too, because they're more engaged. But again, I work with my own biofield, and what I do, yes, I teach Tai Chi too. So that's why I'm moving like this. But I don't do anything. I can just stand there and nobody can even know what I'm doing. And that's what I'm doing. That's what it is.
I was going to say that exercise you did reminded me of Tai Chi, and I have never done it, but I've seen people do it, and it looked exactly like people practicing Tai Chi.
Yep.
And so you talk about energy as a driver of performance and profit. What are some signs that someone is out of alignment in their business?
Ooh. Well, some of the signs are when they have to keep going back and repeating themselves. It's like me speaking and you had to repeat to me, like I had to remember it's a podcast, they can't see me. Stuff like that, where you have to keep going back and the person's like, I don't get it, or, where am I at? Even your team can be out of alignment like that because the leader is not being in a place that can help them because they're not being specific enough. So that's when, if you have to keep repeating.
Ooh, I think that's so important for team building, like not just repeating yourself, but like in our business in the insurance industry, you build these teams and then sometimes you have overlapping leadership, right? And so if you have leaders that are directly reporting to, let's say me, for example, and they don't show up, what kind of message does that get to their team? Yeah. It's a message that we're not in alignment.
There you go. Yeah. In that, I find it's too many questions. If I get a lot of questions, I'm not explaining myself in a clear vision to them. Or I am so out of alignment, it doesn't matter what I say, my energy is coming first that says, oh, I'm sick of this, or nah, and that energy can happen too with leaders.
So on the topic of, teams and leadership, if there is some misalignment between leaders and team, what are some steps leaders can do to bring that into alignment?
The biggest part that I see with the leaders is being able to be vulnerable and going to them and saying individually, because leaders, which ones you can go to and say, hey, what's going on with the team? It seems like I'm not really landing or something's going on. They need to be vulnerable. They need to ask the question because it's usually always communication, but then it's also can be their energy. I mean, I can look at you and say, you're doing a great job. I so appreciate you. Or I can look at you and say, yeah, you're doing a good job. Yeah, I appreciate you. And it's the nonverbal speaks louder. So a lot of times I find with the leaders, I'll go in, I have a real high level coming in, and how I met him, I actually said to him, I said, what you just said, that energy, excuse me for a minute. And I didn't mean it that way, but yet, whew. And he came over and he said, I hear that from people. And I said, well, I can help you because it's your energy, you're nonverbal, but it's more than that. It's you having that I'm above you. Nobody wants that.
So can you tell us some experiences you've had with working with leaders or teams and, where they started and how you worked with them to develop a better presence or help them with their performance and profit?
Oh, fabulous. Thank you for that. Yeah, it's, and with these, working with one CEO that I was working with, and he had the, how do I put that manly man thing. Okay, maybe I'll just say it like that. I don't want to offend anyone. Yet it was, and that's the attitude he had. And he had the I'm better than you attitude when he would even walk into the room. And the other thing, when he would walk into the room, he literally would walk into the room and do the power, or he'd do this, or he would do this. And it was like, whoa. And see, that vibration alone is saying, what? I'm better. So when we worked together, I just said, ease your physical for one, because you have a lot of women, but you have a lot of men, but yet they already know your status. They already know you're the leader. You don't need to. So walk in as you and stand in a position. But then also the way that he talked was more, I need, I want, I need, I, instead of let's come together. Where are you coming from? So it was the language that I helped him to look at. And then I also taught him energy. So I taught him about getting an energy ball. He couldn't feel it. He finally felt it. Okay, what are you going to do with this energy ball? Move it up. Your hands are about 6 inches together, and you can feel your energy ball. And you just rub them together, and then you have this energy ball. Most people can't feel this energy, but this is real. This is quantum physics. Can't be denied or argued. And once you get it, you can play with it. But what I taught him is how do you move your energy and can you feel the energy? And once he experienced his own energy, I had him put joy in that ball. Completely changed his, okay, I could. And then I had him put confusion, anger, the manly man thing. And then I said that, the more, and that's just a joke. I don't mean to offend. But he did that. And he was like, oh. And I'm like, yes, do you see? Nobody wants that energy when you walk in. We already know you're the boss. You already have that respect. Or maybe you don't because of it. And I was kind of hard on him, but I'm very direct when it comes to energy because I can feel it. And when someone's really aligned, and that's what happened, he came back, he bought a package and he came back quite a few times because then we explored a lot of other things. And he came back and I was so excited for him because I didn't know I knew somebody on his team. I didn't know I knew, but he had said Angel, and the person didn't even say my name or said, oh, I know her. And she called and she's like, Angel, he's completely changed his outlook. I can't believe how we are doing so much better and we feel good about it. And I was just like, oh, that is my soul purpose. That's, yeah.
How do you get people to get back into that? Like if they've done work before, maybe not directly with you, however, other energy, because like this, obviously I've been to like size seminars, all these different, these different classes and whatnot. And I have a lot of people on my team who have been to those classes too. How do I support them in getting back into that mindset without telling them to get back into that mindset? You know what I mean? Like, hey, you're really not practicing the 4 agreements right now. Like that's not really supporting, right? It's not necessarily the best way of doing it. So what are some ways to remind people that you have these tools and you just aren't using them?
Well, that's interesting because the same guy actually hired me to give him 10 minutes. There's a 7-minute, there's a 5-minute, a 7, and an 11-minute that I recorded to help them. And he plays those before he has his team meetings. And I also taught him, but he didn't want to do it. So his assistant, because he didn't want to do it, his assistant, and I taught him some Tai Chi moves, and I call those energy resets, and to reiterate. And those, they start out now. And even that lady, when she called, she goes, we love them because it reminds us, it gets us to breathe, it gets us to come together, and we feel like they're on our same level.
I think there's something special about you that you are able to be direct without off-putting, I guess is the word I'm looking for. And so how do you cultivate that as a person? How have you cultivated that as a person so that you come at it with such like a loving manner, but you're able to, change someone through that? Because you do, as a leader, need to be direct or be able to be honest and open without being harsh. Because when you're harsh or, you have that certain energy, someone can shut down and just kind of see red. So how do you create that environment?
Ooh, good one. I really feel, and I've been practicing it, yes, for almost 30 years, is it's all about the smile. And it's the nonverbal. It's the nonverbal. And most of the time, if I'm going to be really direct, I'll say, here's a direct one. Are you ready? And here you go, because I love you so much. And do you see that face? And I know you can't, but yet, how can you? But most leaders do what? They're concentrating and they want you to get it. And they look like this, don't they? They're very, and do you see my tone of my voice even change? Instead of cupping like, hey, this is going to be direct. So here we go, because I love your company. I love you. It depends. You can't always say that. But yet, here you go. And you're able to give it. And then as soon as you give it, as soon as it lands, you say, isn't that so much fun? You put it in a different way, or wow, celebrate that for a moment, because you don't want to shame them. If you shame somebody, they'll shut down. So you don't say, do you see what you're doing? I need you to do, no. And you point at them and you say, I need you. Ooh, you will never hear me say need ever. And also you'll never hear me say but, not, there's many words that frequency doesn't land. It doesn't help anyone.
Woo, I'm loving it. I already have, I mean, honestly, Allie, I am already at a page and a half of notes. Again.
I'm glad we're recording this.
Me too. So, all right. So we talked about how to personally reset. And then, so let me go back to something real quick. In these 5, 7, 11 minutes, are they like meditation focus? What are they? What are they like?
They can be like meditation, but it's like a meditation in motion. If you're going to do this at a work time, you don't want them meditating, meaning like close your eyes and at least this is my recommendation. You want them to actually move too. So you want to pick their hands up maybe, but you're saying what you want them to do. Take a breath and move your hands and follow me. And feel the energy, and let's sweep the energy clean. And you're moving your hands from up to down, and you're sweeping the energy around you. You want them to move. You do it to the side. And then you can do the energy ball if you have enough time. And maybe your meeting is about a specific thing. So put it in the energy ball. And I've done that before because this one's about the TV show that we're getting ready, and team, I need you on it. So let's come together and put that TV show about alignment this week, and let's put it all around us so that we're really focused on that theme or that title or whatever that is. Does that help?
Yeah, definitely. And then also just going back to, I have a lot of women on my team, and sometimes women can second guess themselves when they make decisions. How do you work with entrepreneurs, and especially women in this case, to really have confidence in the decision making that they're making?
That one is a good one because it's so true, right? Because we are so wanting to get everything right and be perfect. And the thing is what I tell them, because I can feel their energy shift again. That's because I can feel. And it's a practice. You can learn it too. And what it is I'll have them look at me, and I want you to look at me. And I want you to take a big deep breath. And after you take that deep breath, tell me what it is. And that's the first thing that we talked about. Tell me what it is. What do you feel in your body? Do you feel good? Do you feel any harsh? Are you moving anyway? Anything? And they're usually like, I don't feel anything, right? Because they don't really know. Say, okay. So now say the second one and what you think it is. And they'll say, well, I think we did it. And then like, oh, I don't feel. See, you get them to feel. And of course, that's after I teach them. But a lot of times, if they don't even know, say, well, one felt better. Are you more excited about this one? Or are you more excited about this one? And see, then they start to go, oh, the feeling. Because there is a sensation in your physical body and also in your heart. But I'll tell you that most people, they're not connected to their energy. They have no idea. But we've never been taught that.
Right.
Does that help?
Yeah, absolutely. It's, like I said, I'm still writing over here. I'm over here writing.
So for someone who feels overwhelmed, stretched thin, or burned out, where do you begin with that kind of person?
Okay, first of all, this is the way the energy is with all of this going on. It is a common theme of what has happening. And what do I do first of all is have them check in with their body and check in with their basic needs, which is, are you getting enough sleep? I mean, you have to sleep at least 6 to 8 hours. I don't know what you are. I'm a 6-hour girl. Some people are 8, whatever it is. But where is your balance? Because if you don't sleep, you don't rejuvenate. Period. End of story. You can't do anything else. The other one, huge. And I do this every morning on Facebook and Instagram on stories. What do I tell you to do? Take a deep breath. It realigns your nervous system. It helps you focus, but then drinking water. Those 3 things, when people are overwhelmed, And then, of course, writing things down, getting your prior. We'll move into that energy later. But first of all, we have to get what? Physically.
Yeah.
There is nothing, I love the people that say, oh, I'll sleep when I'm dead. Your body remembers if you don't sleep. I mean, for the night, I went to bed at 3 a.m. I got up at 6. And I went all day, had all kinds of things, and I was in bed by 7 that night. I never told anybody. I never focused on it. I never thought about it, that I was too tired to do anything. No, because that's the energy. Energy didn't bother. I was like, no big deal.
I like it.
You like
So
it?
I like it. So if I wanted to contact you to get more information about the 5, 7, 11 minutes, what are the best way for me and others listening to get back in touch with you to, schedule a session or get one of your books or just find you online, watch your TV show? Give us all the deeds on how to find you.
All the D's, angelmarieshines.com. You can go to my website. You can also call me because I'm a talker. And I don't really, you can email me, but I prefer you just text me or email me, Facebook message me, Instagram message me and say, hey, Angel, what do you got going on? And I'll just come back and say, here's my calendar. Get on my calendar. Get a 30-minute with me. Where are you at? Where you want to go? angelmarieshines.com. And the shines comes from the Shine On movement, my Shine On book. My dog's name is Shine. That's where the shine, because people ask me about that. And the thing is when you shine and you shine on, what happens?
Everyone else around you does.
Yeah. And that's what you bring towards you. You only bring that. So angelmarieshines.com.
Awesome.
Angel, I have one more question before we go to the lightning round.
Okay.
What does wealth mean to you when you look at it through the lens of energy, impact, and legacy?
Take a deep breath on that because it's different for everyone. For me, it's freedom. It's being able, that wealth helps me to have the freedom to do what I want to do that connects with my soul purpose, my soul commitment to the world, which is reaching millions, awakening millions, serving millions, making millions, yes, and giving away millions. That wealth is the freedom to be able to show up authentically and uniquely Angel Marie Louise Monticelli.
Awesome.
Well, I do appreciate how you show up, and it is definitely radiant. So we have our podcast that people are listening to, but also on YouTube. So if you're listening to this, I encourage you to go watch it because it's a whole different level. She's standing up, she's doing hand motions, she's using the room. So it's really unique and interesting to see you on another level visually rather than just hearing.
Thank you.
So for our lightning round, we have a few questions that are either one words or short sentence answers. So the first one is one word to describe your leadership style.
Energetic.
Coffee or tea?
Neither.
Your go-to productivity hack?
Everything is easy. Put everything out as easy.
There you go. Favorite business book or podcast? You can plug yours.
Energize You TV.
What's a money myth you wish would go away forever?
I wish it goes away for everyone. Is that money doesn't grow on trees?
It does. She's got a garden of it.
Do you have a female relative that you wish you would have had more time to have lunch with and sit down with, like a grandmother or something?
Oh, definitely. Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. And that would be my grandma on my mama's side. Because in 1920, she had her own business. She was one of the first women in 1920. Cool. I would love to sit down now as who I am and ask her what she went through. That would be cool. Thank you.
Okay.
I have a grandmother that was alive for a long time, but she had Alzheimer's. So I only visit her mostly at the hospital. She was only healthy when I was a little girl. So I would love to have an adult conversation with her. Thank you so much
Yes.
for being
You're
here.
welcome. And that's
Thank
it.
you, Angel.
That's it.
That
We're
is
good.
it.
Okay.